Hi, this is Bernard Harris, and welcome to Btalk. Today, I have with us a special guy, professional basketball player, businessman, dad, and a guy I've known since he's 15 years old. Man, time goes fast. Welcome, Juho Nenonen.
I
Welcome, man.
appreciate it. Thanks,
Glad
thanks.
you had
Nice to be
glad
here.
glad you had some time to stop by and join us. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Every time I'm not in the finals playing, it's a little sting in my heart, but you know how it feels. It goes by, with time. But yeah,
Yeah.
other than that, pretty good.
Yeah, with time and with some warm weather,
Yeah,
it'll
yeah,
you'll get over it.
yeah.
I was just I googled some of your stuff, man. You've had quite an accomplished career in your playing career. Let me go over some of this. 45 junior national teams, three Chorus League championships, 2007, 2008, and 2021. Chorus League Sixth Man of the Year, 2010. Chorus League Most Improved, 2016. Chorus League Silver Medals, 2009, 2011, 2012, 2014, 2017, and 2018. Damn. That's a lot. And Chorus League Bronze, 2006 and 2013. Finnish Cup
Yeah.
champion 2010, 2011, 2019. And you've also been on the men's national team. That's
Yeah.
a lot. That's a lot, man. Congratulations on all of that.
Thank you.
Wow.
Appreciate it.
How'd you get started in basketball?
It's actually a funny story. Uh, it's I was 12 and I was playing ice hockey. And actually, on top of ice hockey, I was playing soccer and I was in judo. And I can't remember if I was playing floorball. And I was a really active kid. My mom always used to say that you has a lot of energy. And I was actually on a ice hockey like camp in Vierumäki. And
Okay.
and we played some basketball over there, as a recreational sport, like when we were not playing ice hockey. And one of the coaches of the ice hockey team, Maka Paalanen, was also a basketball coach. And it's funny how you remember little things. And I remember we were playing over there at the Vierumäki gym, and I don't know why, but when I was bouncing the ball, every time, I couldn't bounce it anymore, I just left it on the floor. I didn't understand. I could just pick it up. I had no idea of the rules back then.
Right.
And this after that practice, I for some reason, probably my height, I had made an impression to this coach, and he told me that I should come to a basketball practice. And I
Okay.
immediately, got really excited. I was like, okay, that sounds good, especially because, I was kind of shitty in ice hockey. I was so tall; it was tough to stay on those those skates, even though I liked it. And then I asked my mom. I was like, "Mom, I wanna play basketball." And I can't remember this. My mom always tells this story when somebody asks this very question. And my mom was like, "You already play football and you play ice hockey and you're judo and you're doing all these things. Like, why the heck should I let you still play basketball?" And I told her, because
Yeah.
it's a beautiful sport. And I don't know where that came from. Like
Right.
maybe I just knew, which strings to pull with my mom. But
Yeah.
she told me that her like heart melted, and she was like, okay, well, if it is such a beautiful sport, then you can try it. And I'm very grateful for my mom that she let me try it, because still 36 years old, and that's 20 plus 24 years ago, started, still on this very same basketball road.
Well, it seems like you moved along and picked up the game quite quickly, because 3 years later, at the age of 15, I met you in the national team, and
Yeah,
and and you
yeah,
you 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 were playing there. So
yeah.
obviously, you caught on to the game really, really quick.
Yeah, I think I've always considered myself a late bloomer in the sense, of course, the athletic background helps, but also, if I think about those like under 15, under 16 national teams, I actually didn't make the squad. I tried, and at that moment, I wasn't that good. I think, coaches, you included, saw the potential of what I could be, but I didn't really have. There was more effort than talent, which might be resembling of my whole career. But yeah, effort goes a long way.
So what what would you say would be the motivating factor in that? What drove you to push yourself and keep going?
I think there's many things that pushed me. Of course, just the sheer fact of loving all kinds of different sports, and but for me, like I grew up without a father, and those like coaches were really important to me, and just the feel that you're good in something, and those moments, they were a big part of my career. And other than that, I would say that it's a social game. I've always been attracted to team sports. I don't know if I've ever played any individual sports. And yeah, being with a good group of guys. I've always been like pretty competitive. I've liked to compete, and it has its ups and downs, but like many things that attracted me to sports, and especially the basketball. One thing that one of my like early coaches said about basketball is in that way a great sport that multiple people can in a team can be successful. Like, of course, team always wins, but it's not like ice hockey or soccer, in which somebody makes a goal, of course the team wins, but to be able to have those feelings of being successful, and being meaningful to the team and so on, I think basketball is a great sport in that sense.
So once you got into it and you got started with it, did you have any favorite players that you kind of looked up to
Uh,
and wanted to emulate?
Yeah, I think there was a bunch. Of course, those guys near us. I always remember Lonnie Cooper from Honka came to our practice, and
Okay,
do you
yeah.
remember
Yeah, I
Lonnie
do. I
Cooper?
do. I
Yeah.
certainly do. Yeah.
Did
I
you
didn't
play
play,
against
didn't
him?
play. No, didn't play against him. Didn't play. I was
Okay.
I was already coaching at that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah, but
he
he was
he
he
was
he
really
was good.
yeah, he was really good, really really great. And those like growing up, Heikki Chipping and the Hemdahl brothers, and some of those guys that I got to play with when I got a little bit older. Then from like the NBA guys, I looked up to, of course, Michael Jordan. Grew up, watching Michael Jordan documentaries, and he was just on another level. But then I got to say Larry Bird also. Actually, when I was reading Larry Bird's book, my coach told me like, why you started to throw the ball from up here, and it was actually from watching so much Larry Bird stuff and so on. But I brought it down a little bit. But a bunch of guys that influenced me.
Okay, okay, great. Those Hemdahl brothers were tough. They were
Yeah.
tough, man. Yeah, they were tough. You grew up in the Honka system when you came through
Yeah,
through the Honka system as a junior, and you started to play with them on the men's team as well.
yeah,
And you guys won a championship. Am I correct with that?
yeah. We won with the men's team. I was, of course, Mihailo Pavisevic. Coach
Yeah.
Pavi was. like super successful. I think he changed the Finnish coaching like game in a bunch of ways. Just a high level of expectation and everything. He did. I think he won 6 championships here in Finland, and I was as a young player, I was part of two of those, two of the last ones. And yeah, there was huge success with him.
So from Honka, you moved on. You decided to spread your wings a little bit and move on. What was your next stop?
Yeah, that's we were in Honka with Petteri Koponen, who you should
Okay,
have
I
on your
I
show.
will I will get him.
Yeah,
I will get it. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I think he,
He's a good guy.
yeah, he's a great guy, and I've always like, well, he's retired from the game, and you can have an interview where he tells all the true stories, not just the stuff that is in his book. But yeah, but on that note, when Petteri left to Bologna, and he was on that what I call the $1 million train going to NBA and the big
Yeah.
courts. I figured at that moment that I'm not gonna be on that train. Like even though I did believe I can get better, I could see that I wasn't that good. And at that
Okay.
point, I thought I wanted to get a degree and still play, keep playing competitively. So I ended up to going to Joensuu, and I got over there into the business school, the University of Eastern Finland, and I got my MBA, master's in business from over there while playing, and then actually I stayed. This is something I haven't talked that much about in the basketball circles, but I stayed as a university teacher and researcher over there at the same time I was playing. But I was 6 years over there after Hong Kong.
Okay. Great. How did you like just being in Joensuu, basically? Because I played there as well, but I didn't
Yeah,
actually live there. I
yeah,
played
yeah.
there, but I lived in
Oh,
Salo.
oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
That
I did. I did. They were at that time trying to come up to the course league.
yeah.
So yeah,
Okay,
I
that's
was I was
how
that
how
was
did
tricky, man. That was tricky.
how
I
did
was
that work
flying.
out? That's a 8 hour work trip.
No, 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 no. We played. We usually had our games on Sundays.
Yeah,
I flew to Joensuu on Thursday,
yeah.
played the games, and flew back to Helsinki and got to Salo on Sunday. So
Okay.
didn't really live there.
Yeah,
But it was tough flying into Joensuu in the wintertime. I can tell
yeah,
you that. Yeah, there's a lot
yeah.
of times I wish I was in a car.
Yeah,
It was
I can imagine that's tough. That's tough. Yeah, but I lived there and I really liked it.
okay.
Joensuu, like besides now I was 6 years over there, and I really I got my first house from over there, and a great community, great people over there, and really enjoyed my time over there. As people from Joensuu say, the only uh, thing that's bad about Joensuu is everything is far from there. Usually people
Yes.
say it is so far, but they say that everything is far from here. So it's just a point of perspective.
Exactly. And
Uh,
they are correct. Yes
yeah.
they are. But and you won a championship there?
No, we
Did you?
actually went. No, it was we had great teams, and we were pretty close a bunch of times. But during those 6 years, first year we won the regular season, and we came short in the finals against Lahti. We were like,
Okay.
it was one of those years we had. That was Jeremiah Wood's first year. Many people don't remember this, but it was so funny. I like Jeremiah Wood's first year was in Joensuu, and I played with him. And then we ended
Okay.
up playing in the same city in Argentina. And then
Re-
I got him over here to Salo. So me and Wood go way back. But
okay.
yeah, we we came up short that first year. Then the second year we made it to the playoffs with Salminen, and the next 4 years we were three times in the finals with Jukka Toijala, and once came to the bronze medal and got a couple of cup championships over there. So got close, but never all the way. Then actually, when I left Joensuu and went to Lapua after that for a year, uh, they uh, they went all the way with Salminen, which I gotta say I'm not sour at all because they really deserved it, and it was
Okay.
great that they got that first championship.
Okay. Okay. So you went to Lapua after that, but
Yeah,
I guess throughout your course Liga career, you are best known for Salon Vilpas.
yeah,
That that was
probably.
you found your home with Salo. Talk a little bit about moving to Salo and playing for Vilpas.
Well, 9 years is a long stint, and nobody's for 9 years in a team unless they like you and you like the be over there. So Salo's been an amazing ride. Like the first year, like I could sense like that was one of the reasons before I came to Salo. They had, well, you know this pretty well, that
Yeah.
they hadn't won anything. They were like the team that was kind of struggling between maybe getting to the playoffs and maybe dropping out from the league. And but they had a great gym, and they had been working for a long time, and actually they had been trying to recruit me for quite some time. And I still remember I had injured myself in Lapua, which was I think a major factor that we didn't go that far. And they didn't, like, Salo didn't care. They were like, you're gonna be okay after the injury, and we want you over there and over here. And then the first year, it started off as a little bit of a struggle, but then we got things off and running, and also there was this, like I'd say in Finnish basketball, you can put some links under here so people can see how it was like 2016 and back then with the fans, with uh with Vilpas fans, Forza Vilpura, and it was quite amazing. It was really big. And then we ended up losing in game five in a heck of a game against Kouot in the first round. I think Kouot was probably, they were probably third and we were sixth, and Kouot went all the way and won the championship. But for me, even though it was really tough, I got recruited to Argentina that very season. We ended up beating the reigning champions over there, and I had a great playoff stint in Argentina, and then went back, played for the first half of the season, and then came back to Vilpas, and it's been pretty good over here. We've got our first championship in 2021, the first cup championship probably 2019 or 18, and we've been in the finals. Was it, besides the championship, I think three times, and yeah, so it's been quite a ride over here, and wouldn't change the day. It's been really nice.
Well, I know that you won't continue playing there, but are you still living there?
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm living.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. We
okay.
we we do we do have a place in Helsinki also, but
Yeah.
we're living in Salo right now, and I'm contemplating on my next moves. Let's see
Okay.
what happens.
Well, Salo is not a bad place to live, man. It's close enough to Helsinki
Yeah,
and it's close enough to Turku. I lived
yeah.
I lived there for 13 years.
Oh yeah,
So
that
yeah, I
yeah.
lived there for my daughter was born in Salo. So
Okay.
yeah, and people don't believe it, but Salo is a good sports town. It's
Yeah,
small, but it's a good sports town, man.
yeah, it
So
really is.
I enjoyed my time there. Talk to
Yeah.
me a little bit about Argentina. How you compare the leagues?
Well, they had a lot of local talent. Like the teams that I played for, they had guys that had been in the national team and like could really score, and a lot of good point guards, a little bit faster. The game was pretty physical, and a great coaches. My first coach, Nicolas Casalanguida, who is now with the Argentinian national team, really like high IQ and really great work ethic. I did really like it over there. And the second coach, Fernando Duro, who had won the Olympic gold medal with the Argentinian national team. It was quite an experience, but of course, you learn to appreciate places like Finland. After you've been abroad, and you probably
Yeah. Yeah.
know this very well, that it's being an import player in a foreign country. It's a totally different experience.
It is. It is.
Yeah, it really opened my eyes to the experience that the American players have in Finland or any other country. And it's, well, to put it bluntly, it's quite easy to be like, in scare quotes, easy to be like a domestic player, because
Yeah.
you don't have to be,
Exactly.
yeah, you don't have
Exactly.
to worry about getting cut, or when
Yeah.
the team starts losing, the eyes aren't on you right away, like there. That's
Exactly.
actually that's actually what happened. Like, it was really tough in the sense that I did really well, like my first stint, but the second stint in Argentina, like I couldn't perform as well, and those pressures, they really got to me, because I knew, like I'm gonna be out
Yeah. Yeah.
in
Yeah.
a second, and
Yeah.
that, it's really interesting, like, because basketball has so many things that have this physical element. If you force it, it's like it's like a fart. If you force it, it becomes shit. You just gotta
Yep.
let it out. and
No
and
doubt.
uh
Yeah.
yeah, but it's really tough. It's really tough, and once you get in that bad cycle, and you it's not easy. It's not easy.
Yeah.
And I had, yeah,
It becomes a mental thing then.
yeah,
It
yeah,
becomes a mental thing, and it's really, and it probably was a little tougher for you because you weren't used to that as well.
yeah, yeah,
that
for
that type
sure,
of
for
that type
sure.
of that type of pressure. I've had it both ways. I came, of course, as an import player, got
Hmm.
my Finnish citizenship, and played as a domestic player.
Yeah,
And I can tell you, it's like day and
yeah,
night difference. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's so. But I'm sure it was also a learning experience for you.
No, it really was. It really was a learning experience. I like it was, the learning curve was quite steep in a way, but yeah, it opened my eyes in many different ways.
Your career has been a long one. Your playing career was a long one. What we were talking, 24, 25, you close to 24, 25 years.
Yeah, not 19
Uh,
years
uh,
now in the top league.
yeah. What would you say is your secret to longevity?
Well, first is luck, because in this kind of game, in this kind of environment, you can do everything exactly right, and then have one situation with bad luck, and break your knee, or and you're done.
Yep.
So
Yep.
uh so I've gotten really lucky, but besides getting lucky, there's things that I've done, uh and I would say I gotta give a shout out to my physical coach, Harri Yrttiaho. I met him in I think it was 2011 or 2012 in Joensuu when he came to over there, and I've been working with him ever since. And he's made I made a like a commitment to stay in great shape and make sure my like physical fitness is always on point. And this is something I've stressed. I've seen a lot of players like who don't put the extra effort in the weightlifting gym, and I think that is negligence from the point of view of being a professional athlete. Because if you don't do that part, if you go into the weight room and you only do the things that the coaches tell you or the team tells you, you're leaving a lot of stuff on the table, and you really got to be like thinking about like your physical fitness, because that's gonna end up with that's where you get longevity. And but also I figured out I kind of hit a wall in the like 20 like after my stint in Argentina, when I like figured out like how tough this can be, like mentally. And I understood that the mental part of the game is one of the biggest parts of the game, and people don't realize it until they realize it. Like it's easy when before you have your struggles, but once I saw like I could use some help. I actually like hired my own like sports psychologist or mental coach. He's called Jarmo Liukkonen. He's done a long career in the university setting and has a great books on mental training. And I started reading his stuff, and then I just contacted him and said I'd like to work with you, and hired him as my like mental coach. And that's the other part. Like you can there's a thought in sports, but also in the general public, that when you're grown up, you're supposed to have your shit together, and that's actually not true. Like we can keep learning and keep getting better with our mental part of the game, like all the way through.
Wherever,
And
yeah.
that's yeah. There's no end to that. And I'm still not through. I'm still playing the game of life over here, and I think that is a huge thing. And those are the things that, like, I think, like back in the day when you were playing, I think you were just supposed to grind it out, be tough,
That's right.
and
Suck it up.
so yeah, suck it up, Buttercup.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
and if you didn't, you were just soft, and you had to play through injury, and then there's all kinds of things that like resources you can use now, and understand that a person is a physical, psychological, social animal, and you have to, on top of those things, you also have to. I've been trying to make sure that the social part is okay. That nothing is worth as much as your family and your friendships and so on, because those are one of the biggest parts of the human equation.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, you're right about the back in the day, man, when I was playing, it was like nobody wanted to hear that.
No.
You got some mental problems. No, you get out there and you do what you need to do.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was that. Um, over this period of time in your playing career,
Mm,
obviously you've had to change your style of play some to
mm.
to fit the changing times in the game. How did you manage to do that, and what did you do?
Well, for the longest time, my scouting report was that make Nenonen put the ball to the floor with the left, and you're good. And then just don't let him shoot. Make him put the ball to the floor with the left hand, or just in general put it on the floor, and then you're good. And don't, and also that he's gonna. I think there's a especially American players, they get warned about me because every time I go on the court and the American players look at me like, oh, this is that asshole that's gonna, do something crazy. Actually, I want to put this on the record. I don't do anything crazy. Like if you can find a video clip of me doing something crazy, I can like I'll buy you lunch. But I do play tough, and that is one thing I want to say. Like playing hard and playing tough, that's a talent. That's like putting yourself on the line. That is a talent that is underappreciated. But yeah, about in like improving my game, I'd say one important thing that I figured out actually during like I've been pretty I like I've like I think it was Coach Isala who said that the difference between an average player, a good player is what happens when you take the player's like main weapon away. Like if you take in the post the right hand away, does the dude have something with the left? If you take the shooter's shot away, what is he gonna do? So I figured out in like during the COVID era, like the COVID time, that one of the things that I really needed to improve was my dribbling, which is tough. I was already back then like I was over 30, and I was thinking about, okay, like as a four-man, you don't get to dribble that much the basketball. Like if you
No.
think about the practice, I came in early and I did my dribbling. But the thing is, like, if you want to be a good dribbler, like if you want to be, have that pill on a string, you got to get some reps in. So I had an idea. I was like, damn, like I'm gonna start doing like just running with the ball. Like we lived in Helsinki, and I like taking like kilometer runs, like running 10 kilometers, dribbling the ball. And I started doing that, and it was really interesting. There was a really like high threshold of starting because I was thinking like, oh my God, like what are people gonna think? Like they're gonna see a grown man, like running with the ball and dribbling and so on. But once actually the sport like but once I got over that, I was like, I don't want to think too much about what I like, fuck what other people think. It doesn't matter what they think.
Exactly.
This
Exactly.
is not gonna hurt anybody unless I'm gonna dribble under the bus. But that didn't happen too many times. So I started to take these long like strides with the ball, and that really improved my dribbling, which helped out with passing, which helped out with everything. And I think that's that. And then little things like I still brush my teeth with my left hand because it's you can do all kinds of little things like to get your
Yeah.
motor skills better and stuff like that. And I started to get those little improvements in, and that really helped me out. And then just trying to watch what other like better players do. I played with Mikko Koivisto like for a really long time, who was a great
Yes,
shooter,
you
trying to
have.
trying to emulate what he's doing and so on. So that's one of the drivers I've had. I've wanted to see like, can I still get better, after 30? And I got that most improved player award when I was probably I was 29 back then, and that's actually been one of my motivators, trying to get better still at an old age.
Okay. Miko was also on that 87 national team that I coached.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
So
true.
so you
He
guys
was the
have been
star.
together a long time. Yep.
Yeah,
You
we have.
you have had over 200, I think, 211 teammates. Of all the teammates, of all the teammates that you've played with, who's your favorite guy?
My favorite guy. Oh, that's a great question. I want to think that one through for a hot second. Well, I gotta put them in a like different categories a little bit. Like from the imports and as a guy who has like effect on the team, just winning guy and a crazy funny dude, but a crazy like competitor at the same time. I gotta say Jeremiah Wood. Like
Okay.
I've told Wood Baby a bunch of times. Like I want to see him in his natural environment one of these days. Like I gotta come to USA and see what's it like over there. Is he the same dude over there that is? He's hilarious. And if Wood watches this, he's my man. All the best to you. He's probably gonna play until he's 50, like you did.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Then I gotta bring Teemu Rannikko up there,
Okay,
just as a competitor, and especially how he could make players like besides him better.
okay,
It was just a joy to play with him. And
okay.
then, like overall, is there somebody who? Well, I played so long with Mikko, and we have like such a fun dynamic. I know I'd made a great joke if I could make Mikko laugh in the locker room because he's heard all my stuff. Like he knows like all my jokes. But when I got Mikko to laugh, I was like, yeah, now I got it. Now I'm on a roll. And then Mikko, like because my thing is I always laugh at my own jokes. I tell a joke and then I get a big up there, and everybody starts laughing just because I'm laughing. That didn't work with Mikko. He just smiled smirky and said like, oh, "Okay,
It's
I see
like,
what you're doing." Yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's like, oh, okay, okay, I got you, I got you. But
yeah,
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 man, that's a lot of teammates. That's a lot of
yeah.
teammates.
That's true.
So what's next for you, Nenonen? And you got 2 minutes to get through this.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. First of all, I gotta see about basketball. I'm still contemplating my next move. Am I still gonna play or not? Let's see. I haven't made that decision yet.
Honker needs help. Honker needs help.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see about that. I've heard the word on the street too. But other than that, I work with companies these days a lot,
Okay,
like going through stuff that I've learned through sports, and especially with this concept called psychological safety, which
okay,
means that teams that in which people can be themselves and talk openly and discuss failure and give out new ideas without any fear that there's going to be some negative consequences. That's a thing that I'm talking about in companies a lot. So
oh,
I
nice.
think in one way or another, helping out people in teams, either in basketball or other teams.
Okay, that sounds great. Hopefully we see you back on the court, man.
Let's see. Let's
And
see. I
and
appreciate
and yeah, because they talking about it here in Espo. So hopefully,
it.
hopefully we see you back on the court. And
Yeah,
at this time, Juho, I'm going to say thank you, man, for your time. I appreciate it. It's always great to talk to you. Good to see you. And I'm sure we'll run into each other somewhere. And
for
good
sure.
luck. Good luck to you in the future.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Ben. Gwen. Talk to you
Yeah.
soon.
Okay. Take care, man. See you.
You
Bye.
too. Bye bye.